You nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst generation ever. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the you're talking about.
As an actor, Jeff Daniels has made a name for himself playing characters who speak their minds. Turns out it's familiar turf for the real-life Jeff Daniels, as Tracy Smith discovered.
Something keeps you here.
It's the humidity. That's what keeps bringing me back, yeah. I'm not comfortable unless I feel like I'm in a sauna.
At his home in Chelsea, Michigan, Jeff Daniels is right where he wants to be. It's also where the 66-year-old actor thought he'd always be.
I never had any faith whatsoever that the acting career would last.
Never?
No. It's one reason I moved back to Michigan after 10 years in New York. This was 1986. When it's over, I'll have my wife and 2-year-old and later 2 other kids. And when the phone call comes, you're over, I'm already home.
But right now, his home is on streaming TV.
Man can have 2 reasons for doing the right thing.
In the new Showtime series, American Rust, Daniels is the police chief
and I'll watch out for you.
Of a rundown little town, trying to uncoil a murder mystery that touches some of the people he's closest to.
This case is poisoning my town.
What appealed to you about the police chief?
I hadn't played it before. I really enjoyed driving the police cruiser.
His character is like just about everyone else around here. A good person going through tough times in rural Pennsylvania.
I protected you so many times, Pete. Tried to get you cleaned up, changed attendance records, all because you got a family. Well, I can't help you anymore. We had budget cuts the last 3 years.
There's a bunch of people in American Rust. If they aren't at bottom, they can see bottom. And they're stuck, and they're trying to get out, and they're good people, and they have to make bad decisions just to survive in the United States of America.
It's a role he's played many times.
Now, give me the gun and go home. Give me your gun.
The guy with the guts to say what no one else will.
Why is America not the greatest country in the world, Professor? That's my answer.
You're saying
yes.
You might remember his famous monologue in 2012 from Aaron Sorkin's series, The Newsroom.
First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore.
The speech went viral.
Enough?
This regiment was formed last summer.
But Daniels had been just as stirring 2 decades earlier as a Union officer in the 1993 film Gettysburg.
We are an army out to set other men free. America should be free ground. All of it.
The thing is, after his heroic role in Gettysburg, it was hard for some folks to picture Jeff Daniels like this.
What are you waiting for? Get over there and talk to her.
As Jim Carrey's goofy sidekick in the Farrelly Brothers' 1994 hit Dumb and Dumber.
Psycho when she finds out how far I came just to see her. You know what you have? Her briefcase. She's gonna be thrilled to see you.
There was someone else on call the whole first week of shooting.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody to replace you?
Yeah. Jim wanted me, the Farrelly Brothers wanted me. Studio,
Oh, look, Frost.
Harry?
Of course, in the end, he stuck it out, and they loved it, even the folks back home.
I do this all the time.
Mika Brzezinski took a trip to Daniel's hometown for us in 2006.
Oh, I could spend a lot of money here.
And met Jeff's dad.
People will say we look alike, and I'll say that's too bad because I'm not too good looking.
Bob Daniels was funny, but to Jeff, he was also the moral inspiration for every great role he would ever play.
but to always remember it was a sin to kill a mockingbird.
Sadly, Dad didn't live to see this. His son Jeff as Atticus Finch in the Broadway adaptation of To Kill a Mockingbird.
I knew Atticus before I played Atticus. I grew up with him. That knee-deep in decency and treating people with respect, all those basics, that was Dad. I miss him.
What do you miss?
I don't know if I can get through it. I wish he'd seen Atticus. It was weird because I had run it for a year, and here comes Father's Day. So you do the Sunday matinee, and you're thinking maybe, you know, maybe he's watching and all that. I'm not religious, so I don't know. We'll see. I walk into the Sunday matinee on Father's Day, and I hit it, and I'm going, and everything works. You get to the closing argument, and you write it like you're writing Secretariat. Let's begin by restoring this man to his family. Let's begin with justice. And you get to the end of the show, and you hope to see him at the back of the house, you know, some angelic, holy light. And you don't, because he's not there. Okay.
But after that show, after all the curtain calls, he was handed a letter from a woman in the audience who'd known his dad.
I always was asking your dad, you know, aren't you proud of him? Aren't you, you know, I finally got it, aren't you proud? He goes, of course I'm proud of him, but I'm proud of him for the person he is, not just for what he's done in his career. And I'm reading this. Maybe he did see it.
Now you got me going too.
Well, I mean, I love my dad. What can I tell you? Yeah, there you go.
Summertime at the Daniels house is family time. His 3 grown children live close by, and the grandkids are frequent visitors.
What's the best part about being a grandpa?
The best part about being a grandparent is that you no longer have to listen to other grandparents tell you how great grandparenting is. Oh, you're gonna love, shut up.
But summer days are fleeting. Before long, Granddad will be back on Broadway as Atticus Finch. And after that, who knows?
Let's go out in the dark.
Even out here, his phone never seems to stop ringing.
Here we go. Wow. Don't fall in.
You're working really more than ever.
I'm working more in my 60s than I have in any decade of my career, which is not how they draw it up in Star School. It just isn't. And I have yet to fail miserably since Newsroom. I have tried, you know. I just keep risking it. And maybe that comes with knowing what you're doing after 40-some years. Maybe that's, and I think that's part of it, is that I kind of know what I'm doing now.